Good morning. Looks like it's going to be another stunningly beautiful day. The sun's already blasting down at 10 past 8 in the morning. It's been out since about 5 o'clock, kind of. It was just coming up. Anyway, where's the camera? There it is. I thought I'd post a video about my Bahnstormer service. I wanted to give it a while before I posted a video, just to see if the engine shat itself or anything horrible happened. I've done about 55. I've got to have done about 250 miles on it since the work was done. So first impressions. My impressions. The valves were checked. They're all in spec. The cam chain was replaced just because there was nothing wrong with it other than it was stretched, as they all do. And I put the silver cap in, which takes some of the slack out of the stretch chain. Anyone that knows what I'm talking about knows that the bike comes with a black cap on the cam chain tensioner. When the chain gets a bit stretched, it can get a bit rattly, a bit noisy, and the cure for that is a silver cap, which is slightly longer and it pushes the tensioner in a bit further, so it takes up the slack and reduces the noise. When I fitted that, and then I was having to have the valves done anyway, 18,000 miles, so I thought, fuck it, I'll get the chain replaced as well. So they replaced the chain. What was the other thing they did? That's right, they activated the ABS Pro, the cornering ABS, major safety feature, so you can stack the front brakes on in a lean and not have the bike stand itself up and take you into oncoming traffic or take you off the side of the road. The engine is noticeably better with the new cam chain. It's obviously tightened up the valve operation slightly, and it's noticeable. It's absolutely noticeable. It's not a panacea thing. It works. It's made it better. The quick shifter is markedly improved. Probably just because as they put the bike back together, they tweaked it in its settings in some way. Its position, I don't know, but it feels better. The quick shifter, it feels a lot more reliable and smooth. That's it really. It wasn't cheap, 1,300 quid just over for the entire job. Fork oil was changed, brake fluid was changed. I think that's about it. Oh, spark plugs were changed. I originally said that they were changing the 4 coils. I spoke to Andy at Bahnstormer and he said, no, you must have misheard me, we don't change the coils. He said, what you heard me say was fork oil. So no, the coils weren't changed. There actually is 4 separate coils. You think bikes used to come with the coils, I think 2 sets of coils somewhere off remote from the, I don't know. Anyway, I misheard him. So yeah, that's it. This is after the video I'm doing this. So very happy with the work they did. They lent me a bike, they didn't charge me for it. RS 1250 I think it was, one of those flat twins. That was quite a nice bike. Nothing, it wasn't exciting, just very pleasant ride, very nice, and it went as well. Do the older, you have to have it in the right gear. It's not like the S1000R where you can pretty much just twist the throttle in any gear and it will go. It needs to be in the right gear. But all those conditions being met, it performed very nicely on overtakes, little rocket ship. But very glad to get the S1000R back, and it has transformed it in subtle ways and in quite noticeable ways. So very happy with the service, very happy with the result. And yeah, for a dealer, I'm very cynical about dealers, and I was very nervous about it, as I said in the previous video, but very happy with the work they've done, very happy with the service, just happy across the board. So Bahnstormer's Alton, recommended. Thank you for watching.
Good afternoon, my name's Dan, technician can at your 18k service with annual today. I'll just show you what we checked and changed during the service. Just here's the camshafts. Just below them you can see the valve springs, valve heads and everything like that. Checking the valve clearance as well, which is the clearance between the camshaft lobes and the followers that sit beneath them. There's no adjustments required today, so the valve clearances are all in tolerance. Spark plugs, we're replacing all 4 of those. Fork oil's also been replaced, which obviously involves removal of the forks, stripping those down and replenishing the oil. And those seals and everything are all in good condition. Also replacing the timing chain kit today. That's the timing chain there. The gears on the camshafts, and this is what you get in the kit. New chain, slider that sits on the top, gears to the camshafts, and the one for the end of the crank, and obviously the older style black tensioner. So you can see we've got the later style silver one on there, which is when the chain stretches. Brake fluid's also been replaced, and that's obviously done via these reservoirs for the rear brake and for the front brake up on the handlebar. Valve timing's also checked as part of the service, but that will actually sort of be incorporated with this as well. But we're not changing the engine oil today. See, that's it there. So there's an aftermarket filter on there as well. The oil level could do with a little top up actually, so if you've got any oil left at home, I'd advise doing that. Coolant level's also checked, you can see that's slightly low. That just needs a small amount of coolant, just bring it up to maximum line. As part of the service, grab visual health check. There's a couple of advisories at the minute. First one's the front tyre. If you look across the face of the tyre, it's quite uneven in these areas here. And in the centre of the tread, we're actually measuring just below 1.8mm. Legal limit's 1mm, so very close to that. The front tyre could do replacing really. Another small advisory as well is the push drive rubbers. They sit in here and damp the sprocket to the rear wheel. One that pick up very well on the camera. There's actually a small amount of play in those. I'd advise they're replaced as well. And the last advisory is the rear brake disc. This is measuring 4.5mm exactly, which is the recommended minimum thickness. However, the pads in there are brand new, so I'd probably get away with running those down and then do them as a set when those are worn out. Aside from that, we're going to sign in a minute. Rear tyres measured around 4.6mm. Rear pads, as I said, they're brand new, so only around 5% worn. Front brake pads, excuse me, we're only around 5% worn on those. And that's the same for both sides. Thank you for choosing Bahnstormer. The service advisor will be in touch soon.
Thank you for watching. Hope you're entertained. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.